Harvey, today's show is titled, of course, just before Valentine's Day, Exercise and Nutrition for Better Sex. How do you find that when your clients both exercise and nutrition changes, their sex lives improves if they talk to you about that?
Well, that I could go on for all day. Guys, there's a certain language between men, and we call it man speak.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting because the guys will tell things and say things to each other and say it in a group and say it to me personally about their personal life and how it's improving.
Right.
So, when a guy's lugging around 50 or 60 or 70 pounds, don't tell me he's having regularity in his sex life, because it just ain't happening. Maybe when he's 23 or 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, when a guy's 40 years old and he's tired from wrestling with that weight all day long, he comes home, he's de-energized, and the affection may be there, but just maybe the mind is willing and the flesh is weak,
mm-hmm.
kind of thing. And I find that when guys lose their weight, they just tell me, they talk about, I won't be so bold as to give you vivid descriptions, but I'll tell you, they tell me about frequency, about duration, and
right.
And how their mates are just so happy this is happening. It's just and it bleeds off into not only a relationship with their mates, but it sets fine examples for their family as well. So it's just a general good thing that happens to somebody when they take hold of their life and they say, "Not me. I'm not going to be victim to what's going on in our society today." Because really, it is. It's only 200 years ago that we all physically labored. We didn't have, the type of communication that you and I are having right now, and and there wasn't, there wasn't machinery around to replace brute strength at work, and so everybody was physically laboring, and we were always a lot thinner and healthier because we were eating the right foods. But here it is. We're living in this 21st century, and in order for us to be able to keep our weight down and be healthy, we have to do things differently than the rest of the population does.
Mm-hmm. Very good points you brought up. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the role of exercise in both weight loss and how it improves your clients' sex lives?
Well, as I said, I just came back from my group, and one of the newest members today was a 23-year-old, and you could see by the way he was dressed that he has good muscle in the upper part of his body.
Right.
And yet he's a shorter guy, and he says, I just don't like my body the way it is. He says, I work out, I go to the gym, I lift weights, I do this and that, but I still have this extra 30 pounds of flab sitting in the front. Mm-hmm. And when we talked about it, it was, that he isn't eating healthy. He's a busy student, and he isn't doing things properly. And so exercise is a wonderful thing, but it's to be done in conjunction with healthy eating.
Absolutely.
It doesn't replace healthy eating. And I've had people have this debate with me over the years, and in the end, I know I'm right, because I work out every single day and have since I finally got the light went on in my head, and I was in my early 30s, and I've been working out every single day, and it's part of my life, but it doesn't mean that it is the only thing. It is just part of the puzzle. We have to do the exercise. When you think about it, really replaces all that physical labor that I was just talking about that our great-grandfathers and grandmothers did 150 years ago. And so our bodies are meant to physically be involved, and because of the fact that we live in this century, it just makes it more difficult. So we have to do the exercise, and we have to eat the healthy food, and we can get a much healthier life and live longer, and most of all, live years that are more fulfilling.